Hello everybody, I'm Andy. Welcome to the studio. Today we're going to talk about using the Marshall DSL40CR to change between tones, three tones, a crunch, a bit of a more gainy crunch, and a boosted lead. So we're going to use the built-in channels and master volumes to set up distinctly different volumed tones. Basically kind of like this. So we'll have a crunch tone, a little more gainy, same volume tone, same gainy, little more volume tone, and then the lead tone, boosted lead tone. So we're going to go, we're using channels 2, 3, and 4 on the Marshall, and it can be confusing the way they label them. It's an overall channel 1 and 2, low gain, high gain, and that goes clean, crunch, OD1, OD2. We're not going to talk like that. We're going to channel 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and 4 are what we're using today, and they are 2 would be just a crunch. 3 is same volume but more gain. 4 is more volume, same gain. And then we have the boosted lead preset, which is that more volume. So it's kind of like 3 sounds, 3 tones. You got this, those 3. Channel 2, channel 3, channel 4. So you want to watch the lights on the dial. So the lights are going to tell you what's going on. 2 channels, 2 master volumes, and how we set those up, that's what gives us our lead and boosted tone. So what I'm doing is I've set up, and you'll have to excuse, I'm sorry for the weird production setup. I get to wear my phones, which is cool. I just am being lazy. I have this set up. I'm testing out some live streaming stuff. I'm going to start doing some performances live on my channel. And coming out of, I'm basically taking a whole project and turning off the vocal and guitars and coming out of my DAW, which is Digital Performer, and coming into this whole streaming rig thing. So to do this demo thing and this little tutorial today, we're just going to leave it set up like it is, whatever. Everything's all running. So what we actually have set up, because this is like a live performance. Normally, I'm using amps that are modeled in the box and overloud CHU rig player with different stuff through it. And that doesn't really work for this. As I got into this song the other day, it's like I realized pretty fast, well, I need to be able to, get between a more quieter, crunchy, like verse, chunky tone, little rhythm tone, basically, and then be able to be louder on the solo stuff. And one sound wasn't cutting it, so I was like, what do I do? Naturally, we go to the Marshall, because it's perfect for this. And no wonder we can't really hear much out of my voice. No, I guess that wasn't too bad. But so we go to this Marshall. Because it's got 4 channels built in, I use a Boss ES-5 switching system, which is a MIDI switcher. See this video if you want to learn about it, or this video, or somewhere up here. And I also have a video about click this link for the video about just the 4 channels and the demos of all 4 channels on this amp. It's such a great versatile amp. So we are using 2, 3, and 4, as we said. And I needed to go to the Marshall, so I needed to be able to do these things on my feet, like live performance style, and so that's what we've got set up. It's so easy to dial that in on this amp. So let's look at what we have on channel 2. And the reason that this works so beautifully is because of these 2 assignable master volumes. So you've got an overall channel 1 and an overall channel 2 with 2 voicings inside each channel, and it can get confusing. And if you have one of these, play with it, do it a couple times, mess around, and you won't understand it until you do. I've even had to explain how this works to the people in Guitar Center, who are very knowledgeable. The guy that sold me this amp is Dr. McFarlane. Check him out on YouTube. He's got a lot of great stuff, really smart cat, and he just hadn't spent any time with the amp, and had me break it down for him. And so do spend a little hands-on time with it, and then you will understand it if you're not getting it. So what we're doing, we need to have a boosted lead tone, and then we need to have two crunch tones that are like the same volume, but one's a little more gainy for the chorus. So to get three distinct tones and three distinct volumes from this amp, the way I have it set up is you have one tone coming out of one channel and with a clean one, and two tones coming out of the two channel. So that means we're going to have the high gain channel, those two tones coming out of the same channel, they're going to have to each be on their own master volume. And then our other odd man out, our little crunch tone that's dialed back, that can be on either master because it has its own volume independent of the other two. Now these two, since they're together on the same channel, don't have independent volumes within the channel. Once they're set, they're set. But you can assign them to different master volumes, and that's what we've done here to give the lead and boost sound a little more volume. Same tone, but a little more volume. So super easy to do. I will go ahead, we'll show you the actual piece. I can, of course, playing around with the live stuff, I can run it as record it. And so this is what we're listening to and what we're talking about. You'll hear a little bit of verse, a chorus, and a little bit of solo, and three different tones and volumes as it goes through.
And I'll put away those nightmares left by the bearable creature. But don't be mad at me, and don't be sad for me. I tore out pain, I shut down blame, and then I ran down shame. So you can love me now.
Terrible botch lead, but so you get the idea. You got to have a little bit of a less volume on that verse, which is then going into that chorus a little more, and then a lead tone. Easy enough. So what we've got, channel 2, the way we have this set up, you want to look up the lights there. So for master, you got two masters there. One of them is master 1, master 2. This light right here you can ignore. That's our loop indicator, and the loop is always on because we're using a switching pedal which goes through the effects loop, and we're pumping a little bit of delay in one of these presets. But that green light on the far right, ignore it. It's always on. The ones we're interested in are the red one. Right now it's red. Right here. And then also the channel indicator. You can kind of watch that one too. Right now it's on the first channel, and that's because we're doing channel 2 right now. So if I go to channel 3, you'll see the lights changed. We're now over on the easy voicing of channel 2. So we're in channel 3, which is indicated over here, and then we're on green master. So we're in master 1. If we go to channel 4, we're back on the other master now. We're on master 2. So look at the volume knobs with the difference between master 1 and master 2, and you can see master 2 is just slightly a little bit higher than master 1. That's where we get that volume boost from. So of course our first channel, the low crunch, is totally independent. It's got it's got a volume control built into itself, so it doesn't matter which master that you put it to, you can adjust its volume. The second two, the higher gain channels, again, we are putting on different masters so we can get different volumes. And how easy is that? So you heard the result, came through in the video, no problem, worked like a charm. And so I'll show you too, because like I said, there's been so many people have different kind of, just can't kind of get their head around what's with this master switching. I think I even have a whole video just for the master switching. Check it out here. And but so we'll just go through it before we shut her down here. I'll swap my masters from one knob to the other, and you can see just how stupid easy this is. So say I just decided I don't like the green light versus red, I want them to be the opposite, or I just want them on different knobs. I go, okay, I'm on my first channel 2 here, And we just simply go to master select, press it, that red light turns green. That master select button is like not a press it in, stuck, press it again when it's out, stuck. It's more like a momentary switch. Like every time you press it, it's just no change, in and out, in and out. So press that, now it's on the other master, it's on master 1. So the amp is going to remember that. That's all you need to know. Go to the next channel 3, and it is currently on master 1. We'll just hit that channel select toggle button. Boom. Light turns red, it's now on the other master. Go to channel 4, light's red, we want it to be green. Do that, easy peasy. Now let's just change the actual volume on each knob. So now it's the opposite of what they were before, but it should sound exactly the same. So we have crunch, a little more gain, same volume. Same gain, more volume. Yep, and a lead. And that's it, man. That's how you can get a nice, easy, boosted lead tone and really 3 distinct overall tones and volumes for a rock song type thing out of this Marshall DSL40CR. You just can't beat that. So, fellas, do give it a whirl. I say fellas because I know that this channel gets 100% male viewership. So, dude, grab your girl, grab your lady, grab your sister, your cuz, your friend, whoever's around, and sit them down and let them watch some content that they probably will not be interested in whatsoever. But you may find something you guys can rip on me. Who knows, man? You might have a little fun. It's quarantine. Tear some stuff up, you know, guys. Have a good time. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe thing if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.